Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. I'm so glad to see you, and you'll be glad you're here too. We have a fabulous guest today. Her name is Valerie Ritchie, and she's a transformational coach, speaker, and best-selling author who empowers midlife women to reclaim their confidence, self-worth, and personal power. She's the founder of Get Your Sexy Back and Beyond, and she creates spaces where women can trust themselves and really again and flow through midlife challenges with resilience, step into the boldest version of themselves. She has a background in competitive powerlifting and personal transformation, and Valerie blends deep wisdom with practical strategies to help women thrive in their next chapter. Welcome, Valerie.
Thank you, Jill. Thank you.
So good to have you here, and what a powerhouse background you have. And I know that midlife often comes with transitions, right? Of course, career shift, changing relationship. What do you think is the biggest self-worth challenge during this time?
I think the biggest self-worth challenge is visibility,
Hmm.
or should I say, feeling invisible. Because often enough, when women hit midlife, they feel like they're invisible, like they're forgotten. And it's a challenge, whether it's in work, in their relationships, or even with themselves, they actually forget who they are. So they get this invisibility thing about it, and they start questioning their self-worth. Who am I? What do I need to do? What is my next challenge? And basically, is this it? So it is a big thing when it comes to that invisibility where we don't know who we are, and we can then become very vulnerable to the changes of midlife because we feel as if it's a shadow to be underneath, like we're not valued. So this is an important stage where we need to sort of step up into who we are.
Yeah, that is powerful. Well, and I know you work, mostly with women, and I know you talk about getting your sexy back and beyond. Of course, that's exciting. But can I just ask you, what does that mean and why? What is it? And is it really just about appearance?
No, the first thing people think about when we mention the word sexy is that look. It's often associated with the young, being like a self body type and so forth, but it isn't that. It's not that at all. Sexy is something that's within. It's being able to walk into a room and know exactly who you are and know that you belong in that room and you don't need anybody else to tell you. Sexy
Hmm.
is about feeling good about yourself and feeling good in your own skin, accepting the flaws, the changes, anything that goes with it, and truly understanding who you are and accepting yourself as you are. Sexy
Hmm.
means you're confident, you stand up tall, you don't care what goes on because in midlife, you've been there, done that, you've worn the t-shirt. So now it's about stepping in your own confidence, your own boldness, and being truly yourself. So it's a when we talk about sexy and beyond, the beyond bit is where you actually step up a level, where
Hmm.
your passion, your purpose, and your power elevates. Because when you look in the mirror in the morning, you can just say, yeah, that's me. I've got it. And you know you've got it. So when you walk out the door, you walk out with a little bit of sass in your ass.
I love that. Sassy's always good, right?
Yes, definitely a little bit of sass. Yes.
Yes, or at least some energy, that we can call it that.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, and I'm sure we all want to know, what's one bold, immediate step that we can all take to reclaim power and confidence?
I would say that step is about honoring your own voice. It's actually listening to what your body has been telling you and been telling you for a long time. And a lot of times we actually don't listen to ourselves. Our body is always telling. We get information from our bodies, we know. So, for instance, In its simplest terms, if we're hot, we sweat, we cool down. That's what our body tells us. But somehow, when we're hit midlife, we sort of have forgotten that instinct of listening to ourselves and actually saying, okay, this is what I want. My body is telling me to do this. Why not go for it? But we actually stop ourselves. And because we are so used to giving to everybody else, and that's what the expectation of society is to give, give, give. And we actually forget that the first person we should give to is ourselves. You know, we can take it straight to the day we were born. What's the first thing that happens? We receive. We receive the first breath. So we
Mm,
need to get into that mindset of receiving before we give, because we know if we haven't got enough in ourselves, we cannot give fully. So one of the easiest ways is to actually sit with ourselves, sit in silence, actually take time out, even put it in your diary. I'm going to take 5 minutes on this particular day, sit in silence. And then as you sit in silence, you start listening to what your body is saying. Now, that isn't easy because we're all thinking we've got so much to do and everything. But it could be just one little thing that we could actually do is take time, is just sit
mm.
down and just listen to the body in a silent room and just listen with nothing else going on. And it's about doing that at small steps at a time, just being consistent in terms of how you can actually do this and listen to yourself. Honor thy voice. That is what I would say to midlife women. If you want to take that next bold step, just listen to what your body is telling you.
Oh, beautiful advice. And of course, you know, I mean, I just say I definitely take time to do this, and I find setting alarms is really helpful, meaning so that I remember to do it, because you know I think we are all so busy that we can be so busy being busy. But wouldn't you agree? Doing your steps helps us stay centered, stay full to give to others, which you know we all want to do too. Would you
Yes.
agree?
Yes, 100%. You know, we just need to think, just take that little bit of time out and just sit. And it doesn't have to be long, and sit with no expectations as well.
Mm,
Because, you know, automatically I'm saying you listen to your voice and everybody's going to think, oh, I need to hear this voice. Sit with no expectations,
yeah.
you know, and then just see what comes. And then we can get into a habit that we actually like to sit in silence and just let things go for a few minutes and just take on board what information the body gives, the body tells us, the soul tells us, and then we can actually step forward and go into the next stage of life with a little bit more information than we had before.
I love that, Valerie. Thank you very much. I think such great information. And I know our viewers are going to want to know more. Would you please tell them how they can connect to you? And if you have anything that you'd like shall we say, give away, we'd love that too.
So you can connect with me on LinkedIn. That's the easiest way. So you can find me at Valerie J Crone Goddess, or just put my name in, Valerie Jacqueline Ritchie, and you'll find me on LinkedIn. But one of the things I'd like to give away is a gratitude journal, and it's my gratitude sprint challenge journal. And it's a 7-day journal where we can sit and contemplate, and this gives the opportunity for that sitting to think about what's going on in our lives. Because sometimes we've wrapped up with so much going on, we don't actually understand how good we might have it. And that goodness might be the fact that we can actually look out the window and see something good. You
Mm,
know, it could be the fact that you walk on the street and somebody smiles at you. That is just in simplest terms. So the gratitude challenge journal is about taking 7 days and looking at different aspects of our lives to see where we can find something good from those different aspects of our lives, and challenges us to think deeper beyond the bigger expectations of our lives. Let's look at the little things first.
beautiful. So we will provide the link for all of you. Please go get her gratitude journal. I love that. And it's certainly an opportunity for all of you to remember what's important. So thank you, Valerie. You're amazing. We appreciate you being here today with all of your important reminders.
Thank you, Jill.
Thank you. And to all of you, so glad you stopped by. Check out JillLublin.com. Lots of great opportunities there for you. And very thrilled to have you here as always. I hope that it provided great value for you. And we will see you again next time. Bye, everyone.